What shaking Chewy Nation? ChewbaccaLemma here, back with another Madden 18 Ultimate Team video. Today we're ranking all 21 golden tickets from worst to best. Now I know there's going to be some disagreements on my list. Remember, this is my opinion, but do feel free, of course, to leave comments down below on what you guys think are the best ones and which ones you think are the worst ones. But without further ado, let's go ahead and start with the worst. Number 21. All right, coming in at number 21, Randall Cunningham, created by Eagles 1016. Probably not his fault, but he did not realize, I think, that there was a 99 Ultimate Legend that was coming, or had come already, so he went ahead and made it off the 93 Randall Cunningham, and therefore this looks almost identical to the Ultimate Legend. And for that, though you could argue it is better than a few other quarterbacks, for me, I'm giving it the last place because there's really no reason to run this card when there's, well, one, the Michael Vick, which we'll talk about, Ultimate Legend Michael Vick, but because there's Ultimate Legend Randall Cunningham that can basically do everything that this card can do for a fraction of the price. So for me, a little unfortunate for Eagles 1016, but that is number 21. Coming in at number 20, Brian Dawkins. Now, this card has Secure Tackler and Unfakeable. He's definitely an upgrade over the previous Brian Dawkins, but the problem with this card, he's 6 foot, so he's shorter than a lot of options you're going to have at free safety. He does get the 99 speed with toughness, which is great. He doesn't have the block shed, so he's sitting at 89 block shed. They upgraded man coverage, it looks like, which you can man him up for sure. I'd rather just put a corner at free safety if you're going to do that. But he doesn't have the block shed, and of course, Sean Taylor. Sean Taylor's out there. There's really no reason to run this card unless you want a few extra ticks at speed, which is nice for sure. I would definitely, say the speed is important, but there's Sean Taylor out there. Most people, if pretty much everybody listening, has that Sean Taylor, and so for me, this card is almost useless because it doesn't provide anything that really adds to your team. TJ chillin', I'm sorry, but I am not a huge fan of the card, and that is why number 20, and the two worst cards are both Eagles. RIP. Coming in at number 19, created by Gurmaroth. That's pronounced probably perfectly. Coming in at number 19 is Bradley Roby. One, of course, positive of this card is 99 speed. You get that pretty easily. A lot of people run toughness. That's great. 99 speed. After you get past 99 speed, nothing sticks out on this card for me. He has Secure Tackler, but so does all the other gold tickets. So does Night Train Lane. So if you're comparing him to other corners, you might even prefer Night Train Lane over this card because he's sitting at 75 block shed kimmed out. That's the best you can do. 75 block shed. I guess if you run Von Miller, 77 block shed. It's not going to play any better than a lot of these, a Rod Woodson or there's a lot of corners you can get for, this card's 1,000,000 coins that you can get for much, much, much cheaper. So what do we like about this card? 99 speed, he's got 95 man, so, he doesn't even have the man coverage, up. I don't believe there's a threshold for that. The higher the man, the better. If you run some man, it's all right. He's got zone at 98. Okay, that doesn't really matter. It's over 91. He's got 98 press, which is good for sure. His play rec is high, but really there's nothing. His hit power even at 88, he just doesn't, he's not there with the Quincy Wilson and the Humphrey and the Fuller. He's just not there, and that is why he's one of the worst golden tickets. Sorry, Bradley Roby. Number 19. Coming in at number 18, Mitchell Trubisky. Now, I will tell you, you could have easily make the case that this card is the worst. Definitely one of the worst. One, I like, it's unique. I like that idea. He's from Ohio, which is cool. I'm also from Ohio. Maybe there's a little bit there. I don't want to give him worse, but the card's just not good. He can get kimmed up to 90 speed. That's fine. It's a golden ticket, so it's the slowest, I think, of all of them. He will get the 99 throw power, reaches all the thresholds. He has no sort of moves outside the pocket, though. His carrying, you can get up to 76. So, it's better than some of the other ones, but his carrying's at 76. He doesn't have any spin, juke. He has nothing outside the pocket. So 90 speed, you cover the ball, and you just get as much as you can, and he's slower at doing it. He meets the thresholds, but so does all the other quarterbacks, pretty much. So, yeah, he's good because he's a golden ticket. You would expect it to be good. But he also has senses pressure paranoid, and I'm telling you, that matters. I used Eli Manning. I think his is trigger happy. And when I was trying to run Eli Manning, anytime there was pressure, if it was in my face, the ball's not going where it's supposed to be going. So paranoid, I'm worried about that. I think the card is not very good. You could definitely make the case for this being the worst golden ticket, but because of the uniqueness by Prochet 58, something like that. I'm sure I'm so good at pronunciation. I do like the uniqueness of the card, but unfortunately, it's just not that good. Coming in at number 17, and of course, you could make the case for this also being the worst. They're so hard. It's so hard, okay? This was created by EA Sports. I gotta say, this card looks terrible. So, 95 speed, you can get it up to, a lot of people running toughness, which is good. He doesn't have the block shed. He doesn't have the hit power. He's got great pursuit, so that's good. And he might be able to, he'll run people down even with the 95 speed. They boosted, I think, zone coverage, but then also gave him read and react. That's a head scratcher. He does have 95 man, so he's one of the better man middle linebackers. Maybe the best man coverage linebacker if you're manning up linebackers. He'll be good there. But overall, read and react, not a whole lot of people running that because most people have 91 zones. So you're really just running physical front at this point in toughness. Secure tackler, of course, is good. Footsteps could be good in the middle of the field. Might actually be pretty solid. So I'm interested to see how that plays, and that's why I actually I'll admit, ranked him a little bit higher because I think that could be pretty solid. Also, position scarcity. There's just not a lot of options at the linebacker position for this type of card, so that's why he's not the worst. He does have 99 catching as well. He's not going to drop picks, so that's good. But overall, I think this card, I don't really know. I actually don't know what they were doing with this card. I think it's pretty bad, and I think you could make the case for it being number 21, but because of position, because of maybe footsteps being decent in the middle of the field, maybe a few more drops. Wide receivers already dropping the ball all the time, but maybe even a few more drops with this card. I don't know, but it's not good. Coming in at number 16, Cam Newton. Now, I do feel like we're going to start getting into some disagreements now. I think those bottom 5-ish are all pretty bad. I think we can mostly agree with that. But now we got Cam Newton here, and I think a lot of people might disagree with this. He's 6'5", so there's some really good things about this card that I like. 6'5", so that's good with Gunslinger. Not going to have issues hitting the back of your lineman. For the most part, it should be much better than, say, with a Michael Vick. That's good. 91 speed. He's on the slower end of these golden tickets, so you would like that to be a little bit faster, but still pretty good. 99 throw power, kimmed up. He's got all the thresholds. He's good there. Now, his carrying at 94, also maybe the best. It might be the best on any quarterback, one of the best. So he's not going to have as much of a fumbling issue as well. So, what do I not like about this card? If you kim him up all the way, he only gets the 90 spin move. So, the best move in the game is the spin. Jukes are not very good anymore since, the patch, and most people are running conservative. If you're not running conservative, I feel like you're going to fumble no matter who your running backs still fumble. So if you're not running conservative, your quarterbacks, I think if you got Cam Newton in the open field, he's still going to fumble so much, and you really don't want to juke. So he's got a really high juke, but if you juke and you get hit, Cam Newton's probably fumbling most of the time. So I don't really think I would feel comfortable trying to juke people out when I'm in open field. If his spin move was 98, I think that makes this card much better because the spin is just so much better. So I'd like to see that. But overall, still really, really good card. The last thing I don't like about this card, and this is why he's one of the worst quarterbacks, energized. And I would say energized could be good if the spin and juke were reversed, 98 and 90, 98 for spin. But energized, when are you going to be doing juking? You're going to get smacked if you do get hit. Your ball's probably coming out. So I'm going to go ahead and say this is one of the worst quarterbacks because of the energized and juke move being one of the highest ratings on this card. I personally would never juke. So for me, I would not use this card for that purpose. So for that, he's number 16. Coming in at number 15, Terrell Pryor. Now, I think some people would argue that Cam is better, and I understand why you say this. Pryor's a little bit faster, also 6'4", which is good. I like the size when you have Gunslinger. But really, for me, it comes down to the fact that he has Conductor over Energize. That's really it. I don't think there's really anything on this card that you would like better than Cam, and that's why they're so close together. But for me, I can't put Cam over Pryor when I am not going to be able to activate Energize. You can't truck people with Secure Tackler. You can't, it's not going to activate you. It's really tough to juke people right now. So unless you want to run balanced, you can, I guess, but then you get hit, you're fumbling every time. So for me, I just am not a huge fan of Energized with this sort of the Madden 18 the way it's playing right now. So I am going to give the edge to Terrell Pryor for that reason. But I'm open to discussion, so if you want to disagree with me, definitely let me know down below. But I'm going to give Terrell Pryor the 15th spot. There we go. Coming in at number 14, Quincy Wilson. Now, I will tell you, I've used this card. So, I have him on my team, and I know how he plays. Solid card. He's made some plays for me, made some really good plays for me. The 96 speed is concerning. When you're looking at all the other golden tickets, 96 speed, much slower. And though, 96 speed still definitely, you can definitely make it work. You're not going to get burnt really too much with 96 speed in this Madden. High point fade maybe will work a little bit better against this Quincy Wilson. But he's 6'1", he's got solid size. I really do like the card. For the price at $800K, pretty solid. 99 block shed, 99 hit power. He's got pick specialist, but because his catching stats are low, I can understand why Faltzar made that decision. Definitely understand that. And I think he did about as good as he could with the card. But EA's really hurting you for doing something unique. I feel like you got these cards like, we'll talk about wide receiver Moss. Like, he's already really good, so he's going to be absolutely insane. So it's really hurts that they didn't, help you, upgrade a little bit more with this card. The 96 speed is really what I would say hurts him the most. 93 press, a little low for a golden ticket. Has a few other, low points there. Doesn't have any great traits. Just plays ball aggressive, nothing else. So overall, it's a solid card. I like it. But when you have a Night Train Lane out there, that is going to hurt this card because I feel like he's basically Night Train Lane a little bit better than Night Train. So that's why he comes in right here at number 14. Coming in at number 13, Michael Vick. Mike Vick getting the number 13 spot. And I feel like there's a lot of people that will disagree. Some people will say this is the best quarterback in the game. Some will have him much lower. For me, 6 foot is concerning. Low point with Gunslinger, I still think it just drives me nuts. And if you do low points with someone like Michael Vick, you're going to have those where it hits the back of your lineman, it gets picked, they run it back, and you're just so annoyed. Now, with that said, he's so electrifying that it can make up for it. 96 speed, I believe the fastest quarterback that we have, so that's obviously pretty great. When he's in open space, he has a 94 spin, 95 juke. His carrying is up at 82, so it's not too bad. He won't necessarily fumble every time he gets hit. But the reason why, he meets all the thresholds, that's good. 88 throw accuracy short, don't be concerned about that. He's not missing a throw short. The reason why, and that's kimmed up, 88. I think not even kimmed up, at 84. I think, oh wait, no, it's 87. You guys see it. 87. He's not missing a throw. So don't worry about that. But the reason why I don't like this card is Never Stumble. And I don't understand why people thought that Never Stumble, and I'm not going to go after, because this has happened on a few, I don't understand it. I'm not going to go after the creator. I think people are thinking that, them falling flat on their face, that maybe they would not do that, but I don't recall ever stumbling with my quarterback. I'm sure it's happened a few times, but it just doesn't happen. You just fall on your face. Never Stumble's not going to help you there. So I don't like Never Stumble on a quarterback. I feel like once even if it activates, you have no control. You're going to get hit and you're going to fumble if they hit you right away. So that's a fumble guaranteed. So for me, I don't like it. Conductor would have been so much better and probably makes him the best quarterback in the game. But instead, for me, he's not quite there. He's still very, very good. I'm not going to say he's not good. He's very, very good. But I think Never Stumble is a waste, and that is why he is number 13. Coming in at number 12, Deshaun Watson. Now, it pains me not to have him higher. I think this is somewhere in the middle of the pack. I think that's pretty fair. Deshaun Watson. Number 12, the reason being, let's talk about the good. He's 6'2", he's a little bit taller than Vic, so I like that. 6'2", he's got 94 speed, so he's a few ticks slower than Vic, but still very fast. One of the faster quarterbacks in the game. He's got the throw power, all the thresholds, the throwing stats are perfect. Also, senses pressure ideal, so if you're getting somebody come right at you, you're still going to be able to deliver a good throw. I love that on Deshaun Watson. It's come in clutch. The reason you wouldn't like this card is he has no spin, no juke. You're not going to do anything. For me, I don't do that anyway. I cover the ball and I get as many yards as I can that way. I'm not going to try to juke. I play scared, okay? I'm not fumbling. So I just cover the ball. I love conductor, so I have to put that over Vic because of that. I'll take that 2 speed away so I can have conductor and missing out on the spin and juke and stuff like that. I'm gonna get rid of that so I can have conductor. I can understand if somebody would say Vic is better here if you don't like conductor or you just think it's not as valuable. But for me, Deshaun Watson, one of the best quarterbacks in the game. Not quite the best, we'll get to that, but very close to it, and he comes in at number 12. Coming in at number 11, Juju Smith-Schuster, getting the 11th spot right in the middle of the pack for me. I can see someone arguing that he should be worse than this because he is like many other receivers. 98 speed kimmed up, the same as Moss. If you go John Madden, or you can get 99 speed, but 98 speed, he's got all the catching stats. His traits are really good, which is surprising. He is only 6'2", so he's not Moss, he's not Calvin, he's not Carmichael, but I will say this, run block at 82, impact up to 88 is unique, and I do think that he would make sense to be on your team as a specific, he can do, block pretty well. I wish they would have upgraded blocking, but he can block really well. He's going to do that. He obviously is still a great receiving option. So even though there is the Carmichael, there is the Calvin, there is the Moss, this card I do think is unique, and it would make sense if you're trying to build the best team possible. This would make sense to have this card. Playmaker, never stumble, good there. So overall, I think this card is pretty good, did well with it. I wish they would have upgraded run block, obviously. I think that's why a lot of people would not like this card, but still good run block, way better than many other receivers. So for me, I put him at number 11. That can be up for debate. I can see you wanting to drop him a little bit lower than I have him, but still, I think he's solid. He's right in the middle. Number 10, top 10 now, we have Lamar Jackson. He is the best quarterback in the game, in my opinion, and there's a few reasons why. 95 carrying is pretty good. I mean, that's pretty good for a quarterback. You like that. He's 6'3", so he's got the size, not as big a deal as like a Vic who's 6 foot. Low points maybe a little bit better. Gunslinger and conductor, that's what I want on my quarterbacks. Kimmed up to 94 speed, right there with Watson. So he's got better carrying. He really basically does everything Watson does, at least, and then better in some instances. He can juke, he can spin a little bit. So his moves are better. Even though I love Watson, I do like that. Senses pressure average, so Watson would have the advantage there. But something that I find really interesting with this card is the QB style is pocket. Now, if you're playing against really top players, they'll probably make some adjustments. But if you're running the read option, I believe because the QB style is pocket, they will automatically look to the running back first, which means that you will have a lot of options to run with your quarterback. They're going to have to make the adjustment in the coach's option to play the quarterback, and then that opens it up for the running back. It does, having that QB style pocket, it will allow him to get outside on the option play. So if you're an option style of player, which I am not, but if you enjoy doing that, try running some option with him. And the players should play the running back first unless they make that coaching adjustments. And then they might make a coaching adjustments, then hand it off to the running back. But you should be able to get some really great runs with this card. The carrying is good. I would still probably cover the ball. I think they're still going to fumble if you take a hit with a quarterback. It's just the way it is this year. But I would still cover the ball. But he's definitely going to fumble a lot less than a Watson or other quarterbacks. So I really like this card. I think he's the best quarterback in the game. What do you say? I'm saying he's the best. He's number 10 on golden tickets. Coming in at number 9, we have Randy Moss. Now, Randy Moss pure receiver-wise, you have to say the card is absolutely insane. Has a ton of 99s kimmed up. Pretty much everything's 99. He's got spin, he can juke, he's got great elusiveness. His speed is 98. I guess that would be a knock. He doesn't have 99 speed. You have to have John Madden to get up there. But pure receiver-wise, he has everything. Playmaker, never stumble. He's 6'4", very tall. So overall, receiving-wise, this card is great. Now, they did not upgrade run block, which makes you scratch your head because really nothing else really needed upgrade at all on Randy Moss. So run block did not get upgraded. So for me, that does, it's not going to put him in as like a top 5 option because he's so much like his ultimate legend. There's not much of an upgrade. So when you're talking about coins, you're spending them. Yes, he is the best receiver in the game probably. I think people could still argue Carmichael because of his size, but you may say this is the best receiver in the game. Okay, I'll give you that. But at $1.5 million, and then you start comparing him to other wide receivers, he just doesn't stand out enough, to Calvin, who's much cheaper, obviously Carmichael, or sure I'm missing some other top receivers. So those are the two, or even just his ultimate legend, Moss. That is why I only have him at number 9. He's obviously very, very good. You'll be happy if you use him, but I don't think he's going to stand out as much as any other top receiver. So that is why he is number 9. Coming in at number 8. Christian McCaffrey. This one was also made by EA Sports. They made this one. I'm not sure why they're making. I'm assuming they were never claimed, maybe? Somebody never got to them. Not sure why there was a few golden tickets made by EA Sports. But we have this Christian McCaffrey card with Playmaker and Never Stumble. No arguments there. Good chemistries for a running back. So he's got those. He's going to come up to 97 speed. He's got 99 carrying. He's got spin. He's got juke. He's got trucking. He can do it all. So that's absolutely amazing. He also has 99 catch, 99 route running kimmed up, 94 catch and traffic kimmed, which is, if you're running move the sticks. Even if you don't run that stock, I think he's at 97 route running. So still crazy good card, receiving card. He's one of the best wide receivers in the game, and he also happens to be a running back. So in the backfield, he's going to be so dynamic. With that said, so he's the only golden ticket running back. Yes, he's amazing, and he can do everything. I'm probably going to say he is the best running back in the game, even though he's only 97 speed, barely, get to 99. But 97 speed, I'm going to say he's the best back in the game. But there is the Barry, you got David Johnson, you got a lot of running backs, and it's just not as important to have, I think, this sort of player at the running back position. I know it's great to have that route running. He has good, he makes sideline catches, which is great. It is great. I love having a receiving option. But Barry still is great out of the backfield because he's so good, once he gets the ball in his hands. He's still really good. A running back with Playmaker is awesome, but a lot of people maybe have the LT, so they, already have that. So I think that it is amazing, and I want to get this card, but because it's a running back, I think that there is a lot of running backs that are decently close, that is why, and some people would argue because of speed, you might even want Barry over this. I wouldn't go that far. I think he is the best back in the game, but I'm going to put him at number 8 because I don't think it's as important to have this good, this sort of dynamic running back at, in Madden 18, but still, obviously, very, very good. Coming in at number 7, and I would say all 7 of these, even top 8 to me are all amazing, and you can make the case. I would say top 8 for me are all very, very good, and I think we're nitpicking at this point. So I'll just have to mostly say what's wrong with the card. Number 7 is Kyle Fuller. He's 6 foot, so he's not quite as tall as some of the other corners. Height definitely matters for corners. So he's 6 foot. He does get 99 speed easily. You don't have to worry about John Madden or anything. 99 block shed, 99 power, which is great. I mean, all corners at this stage are going to have, pretty much that. Good catching. He's not going to drop it. Really, you can't really complain outside of the height a little bit, being at 6 foot. The complaint I have is, okay, his man coverage is at 93, so you may not want to man him up as much as maybe some other corners. I know people say man coverage is not good, but man coverage on a playmaker is still very good. But he should still be able to do that decently well, or you just don't use a different corner for that. 99 speed, like I said, amazing. The knock, footsteps, I'm not a believer in it. I don't think it's probably going to be that good. I would much rather have the Okim at my corner. I definitely think it would matter. And so for me, that is why I have him at number 7. I love the card. I love Kyle Fuller getting a golden ticket. Really cool. Caesar me, a lot of numbers there. Well done there with the creation of this card. I like it, and I think he's one of the best ones. But for me, the footsteps, I think it's interesting, and for definitely shout out to you for making it interesting. But that is why I am putting him at number 7, because I just don't think it makes it quite as good as some of the other cards. Coming in at number 6, Aaron Donald. Now, I will tell you what really helps this card is position scarcity. We didn't have a single D lineman golden ticket outside of this one. So shout out to Deadpool for making this. Absolutely awesome. Love it. So thankful that we have this card. He is very expensive, almost 2 million coins, so you're going to have to pay a little bit to get him. He does have 99 block shed power. Obviously, he's going to be amazing. He's got elite pass rushing skills. All of his traits are yes. He does have undisciplined, so that's annoying for sure. If you're on aggressive, he's going to jump all the time. Even on balance, he'll jump occasionally, just like Jadeveon Clowney. But he's an elite pass rusher. He's absolutely incredible. So the knock is, of course, undisciplined. That's really the only knock you have on this card. Besides the fact that he's a D tackle, you may not want to spend that many coins on a D tackle. You might put a D end at D tackle, depending on, it might be your spy, so you might move a D end anyway there. But as a pure defensive tackle, and because of the scarcity of the position, the mean Joe Green is there, which is, comparable, not the pass rusher that Aaron Donald is, but Aaron Donald is an elite pass rusher, obviously elite against the run, elite against really everything outside, I guess, even 87 speed is amazing. So undisciplined is really the only knock outside of the position if you don't want a defensive tackle, spend 2 million coins, of course, I can understand that. But I love the fact it's a D tackle. I like it. I like the card. There's really no competition, so he gets the number 6 spot. Coming in at number 5, we're in the top 5 now. We have Ryan Shazier. Shazier, made by I Am the Done. Well done on this card. 97 speed. Looks fantastic. He's got a 96 block shed, so he's not quite, up there with some other cards, some of the corners. But if you have Von Miller, you're getting that to 98 anyway. Still very good. He's got 99 hit power. He's got 94 man cover, so you could even man him up decently well with that speed. He should be pretty good in that. He's got the big hitter trait. He's got strips ball. He does play ball in air balanced, so, if you believe in the aggressive versus balanced, you wish that was aggressive. But overall, really good card. I mean, we're nitpicking at this point. The reason why he's number 5 for me is he's 6'1". So as a user, I don't think he's the best user. We'll talk about that when we get there. I do think, though, as a CPU linebacker, he's absolutely incredible. As 6'1", though, is really the only knock I have on him. I do think most people would be usering him, which is why I don't think spending the 2 million coins on this card as opposed to another card is worth it for that. Absolutely incredible, though. I would love to have him on my team, but he would not be my user because I have someone that is a little bit higher. But still, I am the done. Well done on this card. It's really good. I mean, we're nitpicking, okay? It's number 5. Coming in at number 4, Marlon Humphrey. Now, as some people, Kyle Fuller, I can understand where, like I said, top 8, all very close. I have Marlon Humphrey at number 4. 98 block shed kimmed up, 99 hit power. He has secure tackler, so I'm not worried about upgrading tackle like Kyle Fuller did. You probably click on and tackle. He's not going to miss tackles. His catching, you get all the way up to 98. He's never going to drop a pick, I guess. I would hope. 98 speed. He's got great excel as well. His agility at 93, maybe you want that a little bit higher, but I don't think that's too concerning. The man coverage, 94, of course. I guess you would always want that higher if you want to man him up a little bit. But overall, the card is really good. He's got 1 inch on Kyle Fuller, so that's a little bit better. And he has the OChem, which I definitely like better than the footsteps. So that is why I have him over Fuller. That's the big thing. That's why I pick him over the Fuller card, is because of the OChem. Overall, Fuller also very good. I'm nitpicking here, but sometimes you have to make these lists. So Marlon Humphrey, amazing. I think he's one of the best corners. Not quite the best, one of the best, and that is why he's number 4. Coming in at number 3, we have Calvin Johnson Megatron. Now, when they first released this card, people were underwhelmed. Same with the Deshaun Watsons. The first ones to come out, and they actually boosted him some speed, maybe a few other stats, but speed was the big one. I already thought the card was really good because he's 6'5". So this card in a hard flat is so glitchy. And not to mention he has secure tackler and the O-Kim. You can run cover 3 and, get him down, switch it to a shade underneath and get him down to a cloud flat. And he'll be down there and he'll just pick off everything. He's absolutely incredible. Not to mention he plays the run extremely well. 97 block shed. If you're running Vaughn like myself, it's going to be 99 block shed. 98 hit power. His catching stats are through the roof. 97 speed. I mean, he's not the fastest free safety, but still, you can move him anywhere you want, any of the secondary positions. He obviously has the man coverage. I mean, he has his own coverage, so you don't have to user him. And if you want to user him, you could argue he's the best user in the game, at least one of the best. He probably is the best user in the game. So Billy Oak made an incredible card. This card is absolutely insane. And I think you could make the case for this to be number 1. I have him at number 3, but I definitely think you could, depending on your scheme, say that this is number 1. Depends on how you use him. But I got Calvin at number 3. Whew, this card is good. Coming in at number 2, Leonard Floyd. Now, I do believe this is the best user linebacker in the game. 94 speed. Yes, he's not as fast with Kimmed up to 94 speed. He's not as fast as Shazier, but 5 inches. That is absolutely insane. And I've used him for a little bit now, pretty much since he's been out, and he is incredible. Leonard Floyd, his catching stats are low, but I have not dropped a pick once, so you don't have to worry about that. He has secure tackler and the O-Kim. Well done. Well done there. He's also an elite pass rusher. His power move and finesse move are elite. He has 99 block shed. He has 99 hit power. He has 94 man coverage if you want to man him up. So just like Shazier, he's also very good there. He's got tackling, but you have secure tackler, so that's not really that much concerning. But overall, I mean, this card is absolutely crazy. I had him at number 1. I've kind of moved him around. I think he's definitely top 5 in my opinion. At least top 8, because I think those are the best 8. But he is so good, and anybody that says this card isn't good, you're crazy. This card is insane, and I do believe he is better than Shazier because of the height. That's really what I'm picking him over Shazier for. Obviously, Shazier is very good, but Seth Young too made this card, and I think this card is phenomenal. Coming in at number 1, cornerback Randy Moss. 99 speed with toughness. Wow. 99 block shed, 99 hit power, 98 pursuit. Didn't upgrade tackling, but he has secure tackler, so okay. He's got great catching stats. He's 6'4", corner with secure tackler and the O-Kim. He's good press even. You could do that. Good man coverage. I mean, solid man coverage. Just say good. Overall, absolutely insane. Now, some would argue he could, like Calvin, could be just as good. Calvin's got him an inch, but remember, Randy Moss is 99 speed, not 97. And also, he's a corner and playing players out of position. I'm not really sure, how much that does. If it's just play rec, how exactly that affects, if they just don't play as well. Overall, this is a corner with all those, basically Calvin, but at corner. Put him in a hard flat at 6'4". You could put him in other things as well, but a hard flat, Randy Moss, him and Calvin in hard flats are absolutely insane. But I do give the edge to Randy Moss there. You could also user him if you want. You can do whatever you want with this card. Whew! It is so good. All right, half hour took me to rank all 21. Let me know what your 21 are. Okay, you don't have to let me know all of them, but did I get it wrong? Did I get some of them right? Are the worst ones that I listed actually the worst ones, or am I missing something? Am I going off the deep end? Definitely let me know in the comments down below. And of course, thank you guys so much for all the support. You guys are absolutely incredible. That's all I got. ChewbaccaLemma.